Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. As I say, this is a beer review, but before we get going on to that quickly, the beer that I'm going to review in this one is one that I picked up along with two others today. And the place I got it from, I went there last week and I actually just picked one beer up from there. So I'm going to show you what I've picked up from there, and then we're going to crack on with the review. So last week, the beer that I picked up, it was reduced from $2.99 to $1.99. Now this is a garden centre I went to, the Grosvenor Garden Centre, sort of Chester way if you like. And the beer that I picked up last week is a Dutch beer, and this is Tulips craft blonde ale if you like. It's just called Tulips craft beer, and that's about it. It's a blonde ale though, and this is brewed with organic Dutch tulip bulbs, and I've turned it around and it's definitely, there's some sediment in there, you're not going to see it, but yeah, I picked that up for £2, 330ml bottle, 6%, and went back to the same place today. We've been out today just having a nosy round, bite to eat and that, so we was walking around in there, and there's lots of beers that I want to pick up in there, which I will do over time, but I ended up picking up these three, and they're all from Hawkstone. They're Hawkstone beers. So the first one that I picked up, and I was going to do it, but I'm not going to do this one today. I'll do the last one I show you. So yeah, one I picked up was their Hawkstone Pills, 3.8%. Remember, these are the Jeremy Clarkson things, aren't they? From his farm where they use the ingredients. 330ml bottle, £2.99. Right? Yes, I know, not cheap, garden centre. The next one that I picked up is a bottle of their Hawkstone cider. This is a 500ml bottle, and this was £3.49, and that's 5%. Plain gold bottle caps. And the last one that I picked up that was £2.99 in a 330ml bottle was the Hawkstone IPA. We've got that the right way around, don't know if you can see that, and that's coming in at 4.8%, and that's the one I'm going to review. But these three come in at £8.47, so there was £1 off. Not sure how that goes, but they will be coming up. But for now, what we are going to be looking at is the Hawkstone IPA. Like I say, 330ml, 4.8%, £2.99. Well, individually, but I got a discount for the three by the looks of it. They do that with their beers. So without further ado, let's get it into a glass. We're going to go with the Super Dad glass and see what we get. Before we get going, plain label, as you've seen. Quite like it though, simple. Our IPA leads with a burst of citrus flavour and touches of honey and caramel, balanced with a smooth bit of finish. So citrus, honey, caramel and a smooth bit of finish. I can't be asked to read the rest, so let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Hope you're all good. A special mention to Josh Simpson, Simo. I know he doesn't comment much, he maybe don't watch much now, but Simo being a Man City fan, me being a Sheffield United fan, we did pass a few messages yesterday. So congratulations, Simo. Well done, mate, on Man City getting through. That penalty. Oh, so frustrating. 2-3 minutes before half time. Ah, dear. Never mind. Let's move on. Right. Hawkstone IPA, 4.8%. Beer in a glass. It's quite a sort of deep amber. It's looking more amber in the camera. It's got a little bit more of a golden sort of note this side, but that's probably because the light's on it. So we'll go with amber. A few gentle bubbles going up. A thick, sort of compact white finger ahead. Looks a little bit sort of traditional, but I ain't got a problem with that. So let's dive in on the nose and see what we get. Fucking flies, get out of my way. Excuse my French. Ooh. Yeah, subtle citrus, and in that citrus note is a little bit, for me, a little bit of grapefruit. Yeah, and there's a caramel. I would say you could get that. It's almost a sweet malty sort of caramel sort of thing going on. Smells interesting. It does smell interesting, but it actually smells all right. So I'm going to have to get the rest in here, and there's a little bit left, and we'll dive in. Hawkstone IPA 4.8%. Cheers. Two things stand out straight away. There is a lightness in flavour and a lightness in body. But I'm probably going to contradict myself a bit on both of them, because they're also not that bad either. But we'll come to them after. But body-wise, it does have that lightness to it. Even though the body feels quite good, it does have that lightness and that little inkling of a watery side. Just a little inkling. Carbonation's very minimal. It's there in the background, you know it's there. But I don't think you don't want too much carbonation really in an IPA. It's got to be carbonation that makes the beer feel smooth. Mouth feels pretty good. It is reasonably smooth in the mouth as well. On the taste, again, like the body, it almost feels a little bit watery in taste, but it's not. It really isn't. But there's a watery edge to it. You get citrus notes, you get grapefruit for me. There's a bit of grapefruit in there, and there's a grapefruit bitterness in there. That for me is all on the front end. Yeah, I think the more you drink it, the more you get that grapefruit, that hoppy side to it. To start off with, the first couple of mouthfuls, you got a lot more of the maltiness. The hoppy side, citrus, grapefruit thing is sort of taken over a little bit. And the caramel sort of sweetness was there more. It is still there, but it's pretty much more to the background now, and you don't notice it so much because that citrus side of it sort of takes over a little. It doesn't shove it in a cupboard and lock it away, but it's definitely the more dominant sort of flavour in it. I think the maltiness is kind of in the background, if you like, as it's almost, it's not craft this, it has a traditional feel with the sort of craft hops, if you like, the craft flavours. So maybe the maltiness is more of that sort of hidden in the background as a bit of a backbone to it. But, I mean, don't expect a craft IPA. Expect it more traditional with a hint of craft for me. .8%. Bang on, I think, the way it's drinking. That's drinking, you know, spot on, like I say. I mean, if somebody told you that was 5%, you go, yeah. It's drinking bang on. But is it any good? Is it any good? It's not going to blow your mind. Probably a bit like the lager. The Hawkstone lager is nice, don't get me wrong. But it's not the best lager in the world. This is a nice IPA. It's got the sort of things that you want from a IPA, but it's not the best IPA in the world. It's enjoyable, it's drinkable enough. I don't know how much you'd pay for this, maybe direct from, I don't know, Diddley Squat Farm or bloody Hawkstone or whatever you want to thingy. I don't know, at $2.99 for a 330ml is expensive. There's no denying that, but it's a good, honest beer, really, and you know, traditional, tasty, exactly what you'd expect from an IPA. But yeah, for me, Hawkstone IPA, not a bad drop, no world beater, overpriced at £2.99 in my opinion. But it's worth having a go at. You know, if you're not into your craft and you don't want IPAs being around the sort of like 5.5–6%, this will do you. So yeah, thumbs up from me. Good solid beer. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.